Hey, what's happening, folks? Tex Boy 91 here, and I'm back with another one of these videos. EA Sports dropped new Football Outsider cards, and they dropped 5 of them. We got the limited edition Eric Decker, which is what everybody wanted to have. My phone goes off right there. We also got Charles Johnson, Leon Hall, Kyle Long, and Jordan Mills. So we're gonna do what we did last week and go ahead and look over the cards on the auction block and see if they're worth picking up. So let's go ahead and look at the cards. All right, we're going to start out with the two Bears offensive linemen that got cards this week, Jordan Mills and Kyle Long. So Jordan Mills is going for 15K. I seen him earlier going for right around 10, and that might be a little bit too high a price to pay because even the right tackle is not that coveted of a position, but there are some up on the auction block right now for like less than like 5,000 coins. So with the elite version, I should say. So you can probably find a good right tackle without paying 10 or 15K for it. Go ahead and look at his stats real quick and see how they reflect against this Dan Dierdorf that I have. His the best right tackle for me, I found out. So pretty much everything looks consistent with Dan Dierdorf's rookie card, which is going for 2,000 coins, and Jordan Mills is going for 15. So I'm trying to debate whether or not this card is worth purchasing for 15K. And according to the stats, not so much. I would have ended up picking this card up for 15K. Maybe if I was a Bears fan, I would definitely pick him up. But with all the right tackles that they have out there, you can go get that Sebastian Vollmer, I believe Dave Stewart for like 5 to 6K. So you can probably find some advantages there. Plus, if you're trying to build your team on the low, you can go ahead and get Dan Dierdorf, who has pretty similar stats other than the strings for right around 2,000 coins. So rookie Dan Dierdorf might be a better option than Jordan Mills, but if you want to go ahead and blow 10,000 coins, I can't stop you. So let's go ahead and look at his partner in crime. All right, we scroll down to Kyle Long. As you guys can see, he's going for about 27K. His price will get cheaper. Usually these cards drop down to probably around between, I want to say, 20 to 15K, so you can probably pick him up for around that price. But right now, I'd stay away from it. Stats do look nice, but I went ahead and looked at the other right guards that they have in the game, such as Jahari Evans or Marshall Yanda. They're going right around 20K, and they have pretty much identical stats. So if you're going to go ahead and make the investment, you might as well go ahead and get the guy that's cheaper and has a better rating. But if this guy does fit your chemistry and you're still going with chemistry, this guy might be for you. There's not that many good right guards in this game. Right now, I'm using a left guard at my right guard spot because I can't find anybody I like with chemistry-wise or dislike with their blocking stats. So this card will definitely be on my team in the near future. Compared to stats, better footwork than TJ Lang. Of course, he would. That's a big ratings difference. He also has better run block footwork, which might be nice if I'm trying to run the ball and pass. So Carter's gonna have a spot on my roster pretty soon, but when it gets down to probably around, I'm gonna say 15 to 20K, I might pick it up then. But right now, I'm staying away from it. I can just go ahead and buy a cheaper right guard, such as the ones that are going for like 1,000 coins or 5,000 coins whenever they get posted to the auction block. So I'm gonna go ahead and look at the next card. All right, we're on the trade block because there's that weird glitch on the auction house to where you cannot compare two cornerbacks because it gives you an elite center. So we're going to go ahead and compare the card on the trade block with a Richard Sherman and a Brandon Flowers and also the Patrick Peterson. But looking at his stats, 5'11", 88 man coverage, 88 speed, and he has a 94 press, which is really nice, but the 88 man is not really that high. But he has some pretty good solid stats, though. The tackling is pretty good, too, for a cornerback, and he also has some good zones. So he might be a guy you can pretty much throw back there in some hook zones or throw back there playing some deep purple, so you can end up playing some of those flat routes and play some of those corner routes. But man-to-man, he doesn't have the height or the man coverage to compete with like a Calvin Johnson or somebody like that online. So I keep saying I can't compare. I forgot all about that. Went right back to default. Go ahead and make an offer. Let's see how Richard Sherman stacks compared to this card. Sherman, of course, is obviously a lot taller at 6'3", 94 man. He's faster. Tackling's pretty much right there. Press is right there too. So is pretty much everything else other than the zone. So if I was gonna buy a cornerback, I honestly would buy Sherman because I can put Sherman out there on Calvin Johnson and expect him to shut him down while because height for height are pretty much similar compared to what Leon Hall is being 5'11", he might get mossed a lot, so I don't really think that would be a good matchup for him. Here's Charles Tillman. Tillman has same 88 man coverage. He's about the same speed, better tackling, and worse zone, which might be an advantage in you guys that like to run zone. Also having a man defense chemistry boost, so that might be helpful to you guys. Now Patrick Peterson, let me go ahead and find him. It'd be so much easier if I can compare, but they don't want to fix that feature. So Peterson's obviously faster. Man coverage is right there the same. He has worse tackling. He also has worse awareness, and the zone's a lot worse too. So Peterson's going right around 30K, so it might be a nice alternative to this card. But Leon Hall looks pretty nice. Like if I honestly didn't have either the Patrick Peterson or if I didn't have the Richard Sherman, I might pick this card up. But now that I got Sherman, he's a better option on my team to shut down number one receivers. So if I get Leon Hall in the pack, I'll definitely keep him, but I'm definitely not going to pay 40K for him. So We got another card to look at, and it's another Panther. Yes. All right, right here we have Charles Johnson, aka Mr. Randy Watson, 90 overall right in for the Carolina Panthers. I'm gonna have to pick him up. He does fit my run stuff chemistry. I'm not really going with it no more, but it'd be nice just to have at least a 50 or higher based off the position, so I don't gotta look like at like 17, some random number. But he pretty good speed with 80 overall, really good power move with 94, and he also has some pretty good pursuit. Everything else is pretty low. I will probably bring you guys an in-depth stat chart look once I get this card bought. But 34K right now is kind of high because there's a lot of good right ends to use, and also you can use a Von Miller or a Alden Smith, and they're going for pretty much around the same price. I know Alden Smith probably going for 30K, so you can probably put him there and he'd be a better overall fit. Unfortunately, I cannot compare him to with his stats, but Alden Smith is just faster, and he's also just a lot more finesse, or has more finesse than Charles Johnson does. But compared to Justin Smith, I don't think Justin Smith is a pure pass rushing right end. For the 49ers, he pretty much, I know he's a run stuffer and he sets up sacks for Alden Smith. He's pretty much just a space absorber. So I think Charles Johnson might be the guy I'm looking for on the right side of the ball to rush the passer strictly, because I do not really care about stopping the run as much as I like getting to the quarterback. Since everybody's getting Jake Locker and RG3 and Michael Vick, this card might be a nice guy to neutralize that position. Justin Smith isn't fast enough, obviously, to keep up with those, but Charles Johnson with the pursuit and also with the speed might be a guy to set the edge and do work. But I might be biased right now because I'm a Panther fan, so I'm going to definitely get this card. Right now, Justin Smith is going for 13K, Johnson's going for 30, so if you guys looking at it from price-wise, Smith is obviously the guy to go with. I'm probably going to get Charles Johnson when he gets down around 25K. But I don't expect you guys to. I forgot to compare him to Robert Quinn. Robert Quinn's a lot faster. He's a lot cheaper as well. So 87 overall to 90 overall. Robert Quinn's pretty much looks identical to Justin or Charles Johnson. So you might want to try him out as well to help you guys out. They don't have that many coins in this game. So now we're on to the big, bad, final limited edition card. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. Alright, now we are on to our last and final card with the limited edition Eric Decker. I was really happy Charles Johnson was a limited edition because I did not want to have a fight over a Panther. So thank you, Eric Decker, for taking the bull this week, because now your price is unreasonable to buy and I'm definitely not going to pick it up. The funny thing about this card, if it wasn't limited edition, it probably would be right around 100 to maybe 90K. But since it's limited edition, you can see the price tag being at 200K. And looking at its stats, other than the catching attributes, this card really is really good. Like, I can't say it's not good, but it's really good. My problem with it is, why would you pay 200K for Eric Decker or 230K for Eric Decker when you can go out and buy two Calvin Johnsons for the same price? Like, you get more bang for your buck. You get two solid number one, number two receivers out there, and you're spending the same amount of price as Eric Decker. So, unless you're just a diehard Bronco fan, I wouldn't buy this card, but 200K anyway is just a high price tag for it. I honestly would probably pay 100K for it if I was a big Bronco fan, but 200K is kind of a stretch considering they're going to be coming out better cards later on down the line. And plus, if Peyton Manning keeps performing the way he's performing, there'll be a lot of Bronco cards in the near future. So these guys hold off on that. Comparing him to Julio Jones, or Julio Jones, I like to call him because he's not Hispanic, he has pretty good stats other than the speed and agility and spectacular catching. Julio Jones is going for 13K and Decker's going for 200. So you guys know the deal. Why waste coins unless you just happen just to want to have this card? So I really wouldn't advise you picking this card up. I know I'm not going to be spending 200K on this card, but if I get my hands on one, I'll definitely post some gameplay that you guys see how I perform. Because that 6'3" is pretty good. Like, I thought he was shorter than that, but 6'3", and he has some good hands. This card might be a nice, reliable ball hawking wide receiver on deep balls and also in the end zone on like goal line situations. So this card is pretty good, but 200K is a high price tag. Just go ahead and buy Calvin Johnson if you need of a number one receiver that bad. So that's my advice to you guys, and I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Drop it a like. If you're new to this channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and also leave in the comment section below if you feel anybody got snubbed this week from the Football Outsiders and deserve one of these limited edition cards or one of these Football Outsider cards in general. Just let me know in the comment section below, and we'll see who got snubbed and who should have been one of the recipients of one of these fantastic cards. But hope you guys enjoyed once again. I'm out, this mother bleeper. Peace.